Jake Tapper. We begin today with the politics lead. President Trump this afternoon spending nearly 2 hours continuing his streak of calling into what we will charitably refer to as friendly media outlets. Though the COVID-infected president has not been seen in person since he returned to the White House on Monday from Walter Reed Medical Center, the president claimed on the Rush Limbaugh show to not be taking any medications. He said he feels, quote, perfect after being infected with coronavirus, though the president did admit he continues to battle a cough. President Trump also said he might not have recovered at all from the virus if not for the experimental antibody therapy that he received, one that only 9 other people outside clinical trials in the U.S. have been able to get. The president is now touting this treatment as a cure, which it is not. It is not a cure. With a long history of ignorance about science, the president is claiming that people will now get immediately better after being treated with it, though there is not yet the scientific evidence for that.
It's a cure. And I'm talking to you today because of it. And, because I think I could have been a bad victim.
Again, it is not a cure. The president has zero medical expertise. His insistence that he is cured, which he is not, may be rooted in his anxiousness to return to the campaign trail just 25 days out from Election Day. The president's physician, who has already previously admitted to not being fully transparent about the president's condition, says that he anticipates the president can return to public engagements as soon as tomorrow, even though we should note the specifics of the president's condition still remain unknown to the public, such as, has the president tested negative since being treated? When did he last test negative? When did the president contract the virus? Is the president still contagious? Basic questions we still do not know, ones that the American people have every right to know, ones that are potentially a matter of life and death for the people the president wants to see on the campaign trail. Let's get right to CNN White House correspondent Caitlin Collins. And Caitlin, the White House is promising the president will be in a good spot before he's back on the campaign trail.
Yeah, but they haven't really defined what exactly that means, Jake, and they haven't said whether a negative test result is a requirement for the president to start holding these public events, which we know they're already moving ahead with planning them. The president last night expressed his interest to be back on the campaign trail as soon as tomorrow, potentially Sunday as well. Right now, we do not believe they have any travel planned, though we know they could plan something for the president to host something at the White House. It's still kind of unclear exactly what they're thinking, but people have said that we should be ready for the president to resume his normal schedule as soon as Monday, even though some medical experts have said that might be too soon. And even his own doctor, just as he was leaving the hospital this past Monday, said it wouldn't be until this coming Monday that he could really breathe a sigh of relief about the president's condition. Yet he hasn't explained why he now feels confident that tomorrow is the day that the president could start interacting with people again, given that he's only been interacting with just a few people inside the West Wing over the last few days.
And Caitlin, again today, the White House still refusing to answer these very basic questions about the president's health, such as, and I don't know why they want to keep extending this, we're not going to stop asking, when did the president last test negative for COVID-19?
And they have not really come up with a good excuse for why they're not revealing this. They've only just cited the president's privacy. But, Jake, that standard doesn't even seem to apply because, of course, they told us about the president's positive test result. I do anticipate they'll tell us about his first negative test result, something he said he was going to take a test today that we haven't heard on that. They just won't say when his last negative result was, or they won't say that he actually did get a negative result the day of that debate with Joe Biden, as was required by the Cleveland Clinic, which hosted that debate and performed coronavirus tests on all of us. So, Jake, it's just been a lack of information coming from the White House. They've left political aides to try to spin why they're not revealing that information. And we should remind our viewers, we have not heard from the president's doctor in person, face-to-face, taking questions from reporters since Monday. And I've asked the White House repeatedly why they've canceled these briefings now that the president is no longer in the hospital, but very much still has coronavirus, we believe, and they have not really explained why they've stopped doing the briefings.
The only logical explanation as to why they're continuing to stonewall when this is continuing to be a big issue, a damaging story for them, is that the actual answer is even worse, even more potentially damaging. Caitlin Collins, thank you so much. We'll see you in the next hour as well.